Welcome back, Nerdiverse, to another episode of the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. The Star Studded podcast is currently live on YouTube. It is currently live on Twitch and will be there into prosperity where all podcasts can be found. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me is, as always, is the Jedi Counselor himself, Master of the Nerdiverse, Wash. What's going on?
What up? Glad to be here. Happy Friday. We made it. Another one in the books.
Another
As we
one.
get to Turkey Day here, slowly hunting its way up to us, up to our doorsteps. The Nerdiverse is a buzzing with some news this week.
Oh, yeah, man. I can taste the driblets already, dog. The giblets, the meat. I was talking about meat liquids earlier, like the glisten, the wet part of the chicken when it's cooked too good, dog. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
talking
mean,
about.
yeah, I absolutely do. I just never heard it phrased quite like that. I mean, that's a search term.
You know you're down for the meat drippings, Doug. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the meat drippings. Yeah, yeah, we got
Yeah.
you.
The
Yeah,
the,
like the
the
rotisserie. I
yeah,
understand.
the
Yeah,
liquids, Doug. You know what I
it's the
mean?
drippings, not the glistenings.
The
You know what I mean?
glistenings, nah, nah,
Yeah.
the sweat, the meat sweat. You know what I mean? It's
Mm,
delicious stuff. Yeah, we have a ton of news this week. A lot of interesting things are happening in the nerdiverse. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to be talking about today, this dark and stormy night. But before we get started, I'll just remind everyone that this is a live episode. So if you want to stop by 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, hang out with the Nerdiverse, drop by, stay high, we're more than happy to say what's up. With that
stay,
being said,
stay what? Pardon me. Your hearing. Say hi. Is that what you said?
say
Say
hi.
hi. All right. It sounded like you said stay, but say hi.
Well,
All right.
I'm not going to judge anybody.
All
I
right.
get I get to live in a stay high free zone. So, do as you wish. I would, I'm not gonna yuck your yum, dude. You know what I'm saying? So we have a crazy episode this evening. Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 143. There's a new sheriff in town. We got four, I would say, premier topics we're gonna be talking about this evening. Um, Valve's new Steam machine is I'm just that's the name of this episode. I have so many thoughts on that. The Fallout season 2 trailer, Super Mario Galaxy, we were just talking about this last week. I dropped the trailer. And an interesting one called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Uh,
I don't want to talk about it. So before we get into the night's episode, I always have to ask, Wash, of these four topics at the start of the episode, which one do you find the most you're looking forward to the most to talk about?
you know what? I have one that I am looking forward to the least, but
Ooh.
I will say that the most is probably Val's Steam machine, simply because, I was digging in the archives, watching some old videos, and there was like something called like an Xbox Zion or an Xbox. I don't know. It was at some show. It came with a peripheral. They were giving away like it was. And it just on the heels of Valve's Steam Machine, it's just for me watching that, and I think what I was watching from was like from 2012
Mhm.
possibly, and I'm going, it's just a long list of just bleh.
Hey,
So,
it's
so
we're
Valve's Steam Machine, I am interested to discuss.
oh yes, we're definitely going to talk about the elephant graveyard of consoles out there. You know what I mean? The freaking Lion King, green smoke coming out of the orifices of the earth, dog. But you know what
I
I
would,
mean?
and I'm sure it's on a wiki, and with AI now, you can easily spin it up. It's just not something I've done. But it's like, give me all of the announced projects at major conventions from both Sony and Xbox that just they presented it. they gave us all stars and lights. There's something that's not on here that also was presented a couple of years ago at a conference, and oh yeah, we're not going to see the lights of that for a few more years. Well, then what are you doing, dude? I'm hot. We're 6 minutes in. I'm
We're
hot
coming in hot. We're
already,
coming in
bro.
hot, dog.
Hot. So it's like, yeah, wow, all right.
We don't talk about my low, low, low. We don't talk about
Dude,
my low.
hot.
Remember Milo, Doug? The little
Yeah,
AI
bro.
creature, the little AI,
Yeah,
the
man.
AI sentient being that just never left that
It was
one
gonna be your
demo,
new
Doug.
best friend, like it was gonna be Teddy
Yeah,
Ruxpin in the television.
in the
Oh,
television, bro. Ain't no way, dog. But before we get into any of this s- tantalizing news, how was your week?
my week. Ooh,
Ooh,
I,
ooh.
uh, that question brings up trauma, much like
Oh,
a big giant Godzilla that was cruising through called work, and I was Tokyo. So
ah,
my week was a
ah.
little rough. That said, we took we're trying to clean up our list a little bit before the end of the year, and so I took some time this week with a tad bit of a lighter headspace. I get so you can say, folks, talking is still kind of difficult after
That's
this
okay.
week. So
It's been a
at
week.
any rate, um, and I finished or did not finished. I have one episode left, The King of the Hill, and I have some initial thoughts, man. First off, like it's charming. It's not as charming as like the original, but if they give it some time, I see how they can get there. They spent a lot of time this season introducing us to these new characters and their personalities. Let's just call it 15 years into the future, give or take. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna not do that every other word today like I did the other night. So, um, we spend a lot of time getting to know Bobby, Peggy,
Right.
Hank, and it's not all good. Okay, because some of the voices have changed. Dale's voice has changed dramatically. Connie's voice has changed dramatically. Um, Someone else's voice has changed, but it's missing me right now. And so that at first is jarring. And then you add on top of it. And first off, I'm a huge King of the Hill fan. Love King of the Hill. It's one
Yeah.
of the things that I can put on my television anytime, play in the background. It's wholesome. It makes me laugh. I will say I did not laugh that often during this. There were some chuckles and some funny scenarios to find Hank and Peggy in, but it was way more like there's a scene where Bobby's girlfriend is crapping on a dude's desk, and like
Okay.
Hank and Bobby's like watching, and
Okay.
like you're like, this isn't the Hank, this is South Park. This isn't necessarily
Mm.
King of the Hill type of humor. And so it has some downsides, and the humor is not necessarily funny as it more is for shock value. And in
Oh.
King of the Hill, that also is a tad bit jarring. But that not with saying, Hank is great, Bobby's great, Peggy. They made Peggy very much like Peggy's like off the.
Oh.
She is completely
Well, that
self-absorbed.
that's
They took
been
it to the
Peggy
nth
though.
degree. Right, that's Peggy.
Yeah,
They
that
took it
sounds
to
about
the
right.
nth degree 15 years later. So it wears a bit. But I do
Mm.
have the last episode to watch. And I would say, yeah, it's worth a watch. It's not anything that you're going to do in one sitting, I don't think. It doesn't have that type of appeal to it. But um there are some good yucks in there, and if you like the gang getting back together, it's pretty good. But I would like to see maybe I can see season three them
Hmm.
being really hitting their stride and it becoming like a show where it's very kind of fragmented now with what's going on. So
Um, very good synopsis of your feelings towards it. I've watched maybe 3 episodes of it. I got all up until until like the wedding of Connie and the guy she's with, whatever. Um, and I wanted to ask in regards to the voice acting, you said that's a bit jarring because time has passed and these voice actors are either passed away or just older. I know you're a big proponent to AI and AI generation. Would you be happy if they just AI generated the voices a la a James Earl Jones? Or do you want these older actors to have a shot at their own job? How do you feel about
Ah,
that prospect?
man, that, my friend, is an interesting question. Because definitely AI is going to be the much easier where it's like a 10-minute job, and we're done. How many seasons you need? 100. Cool. I never have to come back here ever again, type of deal. And that's all they recorded of me,
Yeah.
and now it's done. So, um, I will say that, and again, we were talking about this. Was it with Michael Jackson last week, or
Mhm.
who were we talking about with the death mask? Who
We're
was it
talking
that we were
about
talking about
Bruce Lee,
specifically?
you
Bruce
know?
Lee,
Yeah.
specifically. So, if it's something that the family, the person, the people have written off that they're fine with, I'm fine with, right? But if
Mhm.
Fox were to come out and just say, so here's what we did, we're bringing back King of the Hill, and all of these people are completely employable, but we're not going to employ them. We're just going to use AI for this. That's not exactly fair, right?
Yeah.
I will say if they came out with a how was your week animated and it was completely AI voice generated, I have no issues with it.
Do you think that that would be something that's taken ill by the public? I mean,
Oh,
if you were
right
to
now,
say, you know what, half of the Simpsons lineup are in their 80s or passed away. This new season of The Simpsons, all AI generated.
there
This,
is so
the
much
voices
AI
you've come to
hate
love, like the
on
voices.
on just everywhere now about anything. I mean, Disney's taking it this week because Disney said that they're going to have a channel on the Disney Plus
Mhm.
um, platform that is just AI generated content. And people have been losing their minds. And look, I am pro AI. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Yes, it is going to be a disruptor. We learned about it in high school and economics and grade school, probably. There's going to be shocks. There's going to be economic shocks. There's going to be a lot of loss and a lot of learning, but there's
Mhm.
also a lot of opportunity. So, it's best to learn how to use the tools. Again, I liken it much to the internet, early Google dial up. If you didn't sit through X, there's AOL
Yeah.
with your disk, it's hard to really have an appreciation for how far we've come now. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
damn it, smack. It's hard to have an appreciation for that. So, um, yeah, it's gonna get tricky, but it's coming. And Mike, that question honestly is probably asked 20 times a day by someone in
Someone
every
very
office.
high up who's
That's
like,
like,
why don't we just, and it's, what, it's weird because it's like you would wish, and this is very much into the VFX issue we had back when VFX became a big thing, and you're putting industrial lights and magic out of business because these practical effects just don't do it anymore, where it's like you want it to be a season but not the steak, right?
yeah,
AI should never be the entree, it should be the seasoning of the entree. But you yourself have been educating me on ChatGPT, on Gemini, on DeepSeek, all these different types of AI, and it's so easy to be lazy. It's so easy just to talk to it and it give you what you want. You know what I mean? And it's a crutch. It's a slippery slope.
that's one way of putting it.
It's
I'm
a
like,
slippery
yeah, I
slope.
haven't
It's like,
had to use part of my brain in like 18
yeah,
months, bro.
it's just
Like,
I don't have to give it conscious thought. Just talking to it and it'll spit something out that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? And then you kind of go with it. So I completely understand people's kind of like the detraction from it because it is the most uncanny valley thing you can possibly do. And from people who want that hand drawn Disney um experience to just say, make the Swan Princess, but make them Asian. Now you got the Asian Swan Princess, and that's now on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
28,000 seasons, whatever you need. A lot
Yeah.
of people just that rubs people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? What's
And
going
I'm
on,
not saying
Bradley?
that they shouldn't feel that.
Yes,
I'm not saying
sir.
they shouldn't feel that. Like,
It's not a wrong way to
justified.
feel, but this train's left the station, bro. I think a lot of people just don't realize that this train has left the station.
How far it's gone.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
there's some
been
folks who
left
were
the
like,
station.
"Oh yeah, the train's leaving the station." It's like, "Oh no, this thing's
We haven't been in
cruising."
California for 3 days.
Uh,
We're in the desert. We're headed, dog.
we're gone.
We're gone, bro.
So, I like your question, Mike, and I am interested in. There is talk. What movie or what? There was talk just this week that a major production, someone caught some AI in a major production, and it's
It's bad because it's so easy to cut the corners with this stuff, man. It's so easy. And it's like, I think I just heard someone say that the older this gets and the more refined it's it's going to be harder to find these AI. It's going to be harder to differentiate AI work versus human effort. And once those lines start to blur, it's over. There's no reality. It's just like, just be happy with what you got, because there's no way to know what's the end of the snake. You know what I mean? So I think after a while, people are just gonna become numb to it, like most things. You know what I'm saying?
like most. Yeah. I'll go one real quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just on another thing, I'd just like to shout out because we do have a lore coming up. And by the way, the
Mhm,
shout out
mhm, mhm, mhm,
first was
mhm.
for Godzilla. Be sure to check out our
Check out
Godzilla
that
episode.
episode. It's a good
Godzilla minus
episode.
one, good episode. Monarch.
Mm, the
Did you see the
trailer.
trailer? Yeah, I was like, oh,
Mm.
good timing. I'm gonna go back
I
and
need to
drop
get
that
Apple,
episode
man. I
tomorrow. Yeah,
need to
bro.
get Apple, bro.
Gonna
I
have
don't
to at
have it.
least try it for a weekend.
At
You
least
know
just
what
to
I
check
mean?
that out, my man. Jesus.
I'm gonna slap myself every time I say it, folks. That's how
That's
you
okay.
replace bad habits.
That's how you do it.
So at least that's what my mother taught me. So,
Spare the rod, bro. Damn. God damn.
so the other thing I would like to shout out is going to be um because we do have an upcoming lore on Bioshock. I've been digging into a tad bit of Bioshock Remastered.
Good shit. Game holds up.
It
Game
doesn't
holds
only
up.
hold up. This why is this we there's nothing like this game on the market or has been on the market since that game was made. And as I'm playing it, going through it, I'm like, this is this is unique in its blend of action, RPG, and immersive storytelling in this freaking world. And I know we're gonna get into the lore part, so I'm kind of focused more on the game part here with
hmm
what I'm discussing. But yeah, man, I'm shocked at how well
Bioshocked. You're
I,
Bioshocked.
floored at how well
Eh?
that game holds up. And the remastered, God bless, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Hey,
It makes it
here's
look
the
like a 2019 game.
here's the
Great game.
problem. Bioshock is a lightning in a bottle game, right? It's kind of like Gears of War was a lightning in a bottle game where it was the perfect marriage of atmosphere, storytelling, gameplay, immersion. And it's like you just buy into the world the second you're there. It's so charming and so terrifying and so interesting, and you can build your character however you want. And would you kindly and all that good stuff. Are you not entitled to the sweat of a man's brow? We're going to talk about it later, but they've never duplicated it ever, ever.
And that's the
It's its
thing that was
own thing.
blowing my mind. You can't
It's its yeah.
I can't point to another game and go, yeah, that's like
No,
BioShock.
the sequel wasn't it. We don't talk about Bioshock Infinite. So Bioshock is literally like, man, it's literally like a one hit wonder, bro. It's like you
Yeah.
don't. I've never seen anything else like it.
It is a very special game, and that's one of the reasons I'm shouting it out on how was your week because it wound up taking up more of my week than I anticipated. possibly taking up, and I've been thinking about it. And I've been
Yeah.
thinking about it, and I remember playing it the first time through, and I kind of having that same damn experience again. So,
Just
um,
entering Rapture is an event, bro. Like the plane crash, the water effects, and this is a store of value, and you get the atom and stuff like that. The first time you see a Big Daddy, it's so good and it's so fresh. It's a refreshing game.
Also listening to the book, not as good.
Well, I mean, you can't, they all can't be.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it can't all be winners, Doug.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Mike, how was your week?
Ah, man, my week. I've been a bit under the weather, so I wasn't able to get a lot of gaming going. So, Ghost of Yotai's been kind of on break, just so I can, because the first thing you get when you're sick is like a headache, and I just couldn't do the gaming. So I've just been watching a lot of content. One thing I tried watching, and I'm slowly chipping away at, is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. This is the
Ooh,
big thing I want
what's
to
that
talk about
on?
this week. Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
It had a short theatrical release, and it's on Netflix now. You can watch it right now.
Is that with my boy from Star Wars? Andor? Not the pilot. The hell's his name?
Nope. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oscar
Thank you.
Isaacs.
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Poe
All right.
Dameron. Poe
Poe
Dameron
Dameron.
plays Victor Frankenstein
Okay.
in this period piece. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, told a la the view of Guillermo del Toro, Oscar-winning director. I have yet to finish the movie. I've been starting and stopping it over and over and over, and I had to come to Jesus moment with my feelings about Guillermo del Toro watching this film. And it's all about, like, it's all about expectation setting. You know what I mean? Like, Guillermo del Toro has not made an horror movie since, I would say, Mimic in like 1993 or something like that. Mira Sorvino. He doesn't make horror movies. He's not going to make something that scares you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Or gives you dread, like a Babadook or a Lighthouse. Watch our review. Um, what he does, much like Clive Barker, is he creates these dark fantasies. You know what I mean? Almost like a grim fairy tale. It it wants to give a point somewhere in that. So I'm thinking of Crimson Peak. Of course, I'm thinking about Hellboy, Pan's Labyrinth, The Shape of Water. So I came in with the wrong expectation because I thought I was going to watch like a scary. Oh, let's make Frankenstein scary again. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like how they make vampires scary in like 30 Days of Night. And it's just beautiful. It's just like, it reminds me very much of Crimson Peak. It's beautiful, but it's not what I wanted. So I was feeling
Mm.
kind of wanting watching it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I set my wrong expectation going into this film. Um, it's once again, it's Guillermo del Toro. It's shot beautifully. It's told like a Spanish novella. You know what I mean? And it's a love story between maker and creator. It's a love story between, you know, between father and son. It's just it a weird son. It's very not what I want. You know what I mean? And I just kind of had to reset. I may have to just start it over and rewatch it with this new expectation, because as it stands now, it's just, I don't know how to get into it. It's a hard movie to get into with the wrong expectation. I think Wash dropped. Um, yep, he'll be back. Bradley, are we still live for you? I just want to make sure the whole thing didn't drop. I think we're good, but yeah, just to kind of go over to my thoughts about it. Um, it is one beautifully shot. I do like the design of the good. I do like the design of the Frankenstein's monster. It's very Gautier. He looks like someone that I used to know. Um, that being said, um, it's just not kind of what I was expecting out of that film, but I should have expected it based upon um, Guillermo del Toro's output in the last 10 years. I think I just need to I need to reset it. to me. You know what I mean? I just need to try to watch it again because as it stands right now, I'm just not really. I'm having a hard time getting through it. I'll put it like that, and be able to go from there. Other than that, I do want to see if Wash has any questions about Frankenstein, or if you have any questions, Bradley, before I move on. Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, it's just tough. Because it's very flowery, it's very like visually appealing. Um, the storytelling is quite interesting. They tell it from the point of view of Frankenstein, then they tell it from the point of view of the monster, which is, of course, we all know Frankenstein to be extremely literate and extremely well spoken, but also a powerhouse. And it's just very seeing two different sides of the same story, almost like Rashomon. If you guys are aware, familiar with the old Japanese story of different things being told in different kind of configurations. Um, so yeah, I super need to just rewatch it. Um, with my week, other than that, um, in these damn trailers, that's pretty much been my big thing this week. It's just really watching Frankenstein. I tried getting into Ghost of Yote. That remains to be great. Um, I have to restart, not let me back in. Okay. I will resend you the link, my man, real quick. See if I can do that on the fly. Do, 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 do. While we sit here, I'm just going to shoot you that link right now because we are live. All right. All right. Link is out. So when you have a chance, try to jump back in, my good best master of the Nerdiverse. So, with Frankenstein, um, is it more of an art film? Yeah, kinda. It's more of an art film. It's more of a kind of. It's very Crimson Peak. Like if you ever watch Crimson Peak with Loki, in that it's just a love story, kind of like with the mask of a horror film. But Guillermo del Toro doesn't really do spooky things anymore. He just kind of tells these love stories via dark fantasy, and like I'm really putting him in the same boat as Clive Barker. This movie very much gives me vibes of and Bradley, let me know if you've ever seen like Nightbreed or read the Amagica books by Clive Barker. Um, they're very much like that. Uh, yeah. It's long, like 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's a long movie, man. Um, and it's just hard to get through. Yeah, you have. Yeah. It's given me like I would love to see what Guillermo del Toro does with something like Nightbreed. He would just go crazy with Nightbreed. I think that's if Clive let him do it. Because I don't think Clive isn't that healthy. I don't think he's up to like film or anything anymore. He's just kind of hanging out. So I think if Clive Barker gave Guillermo del Toro the like carte blanche to tell a Nightbreed story, that could really show like Guillermo's strength in gothic storytelling. You know what I mean? So I have to watch it again. I just have to rewatch Frankenstein and just get a better feeling. Come into it differently with different rose colored eyes, I guess. Because as I'm watching it now, it's just kind of like, hey man, this isn't scary at all. It's a big fat phony. So I'm just kind of that's how I'm feeling about that. Um, oh, there goes Wash. Wash joined. There he is. There he goes. Can you hear me okay, sir?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday.
Friday. Eh? C'est la vie. So with all that said, what are your thoughts on Frankenstein? Did you have any other than the art film question? Anything else that comes to mind?
I was interested, but you I'm still lagging. I must have something going on my end.
That's all right. We'll figure it out.
Connections in. But I was interested in seeing it, but everything you told me tells me that it's pretty much a Shape of Water, and I don't want to see a Shape of Water again. It's done for him. They have that other Frankenstein movie, or not, Hyde. that's coming out, so I'll just watch that.
Isn't there a Frankenstein movie with like Christian Bale that's coming out too, but it's more about like the bride of Frankenstein,
Oh, you know what? God, that
right? You know what I'm
did you
saying?
hear me? Yeah, that may have come out. I remember seeing or hearing the trailer about that.
Man, weird stuff, man. Um, yeah, just Frankenstein all day now, I guess. Oops, all Frankenstein. You know what I'm saying? With that, as we let the internet kind of settle back down, um,
It's just tweaking out over here, man. I'm like, I'm not gonna move that much. Go ahead.
that's all right. I was getting the two confused for a while, but I had to hit the Google AI to get the clarity. Bradley, you're not wrong, dude. You know what I mean? These things start to run together after a while. You know what I mean? These movies start to blur. I was just thinking about like, you know,
Bradley on the AI. Nice. I like to hear it.
Wash is gonna have us all, plugged in like the Matrix by the time all said and done, bro.
You know what? We may need a crew, so it's best
Hey,
you all know how to be an operator. Like
hey,
it's like you never know.
I
It might
can.
be your turn in the chair.
Hey, man, I'll eat the gruel. I don't care, Doug. I'll eat the gruel. I don't
I
care.
really don't want the gruel.
No, the gruel's gonna be fine. If you can eat Star Wars food, you can eat the Matrix gruel, dog. That's got to taste the same, right? We,
Close.
we've had
Like
this
like
discussion, but
cold oatmeal. If you like cold oatmeal, which I don't like oatmeal, so I can't imagine eating it like cold paste oatmeal. Like not Quaker oats. I'm talking like the
nah.
generic brand of oatmeal, and then it gets cold, and it's like, yeah, dinner. Ah.
I honestly think it's worse if it's like room temp. I'd rather it be ice cold than for it to be room temp. It's like snot. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't the worst food, like room temp. Like don't
Oh my
be
god.
hot, be cold, don't be room temp, man. That's
I
just
saw I saw okra potato chips the other day, and I
ooh,
was like, "Why? Why are we eating okra potato chips?
why
This
is
is
this an
just
option for life?
unnecessary."
This why why do people make their lives harder?
Your
Like
taste buds did not ask for that. I'm telling you.
I promise you, nothing in your DNA wants this right now.
No,
Your
no.
ancestors did not create this, Doug.
Oh
Oh
god.
man, speaking of people's ancestors, let's talk about the ancestors of Princess Peach, who happens to be in the new Super Mario Galaxy movie. Did you watch this trailer?
I did watch this trailer, and I was confused by the trailer, but I'm sure let's put it this way. Had I not seen Super Mario Brothers, the movie, I would have looked at this trailer like been like, I don't know about this, but after watching Super Mario Brothers the movie, they could have literally put up a black screen and said the Galaxy movie, and I would have been like, yeah, it's in good
Yep.
hands.
First day, first showing. Yep.
Good
That's all I need.
hands.
Wake me up when it's here. You know what I'm saying? You
So
know what's
I didn't really like the whole Bowser captured. Like Bowser's never captured. But
no.
Bowser Jr. does have his place. So I did like to see him Pelton at the end. So go on. I know you're gonna gush.
Oh no. It's no, I was just gonna say that people weren't feeling the first trailer for the first movie either. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
people
that
weren't
well, that
feeling the
was
first
current.
trailer.
Yeah,
They're like, I
yeah.
don't know. There's a lot of, and I kind of felt that way about this one. But it's like, did you play Galaxy by any chance?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, beat it. Did you beat
No,
Galaxy? Okay. Yeah, I barely beat damn Galaxy. Uh, Bowser Jr. He's dressed like he is in Mario Sunshine. No, with the mask and the paintbrush. Am I tripping? Is that a nod
that
to Mario
was. I
Sunshine?
couldn't place it. I couldn't place it, but I know that's his costume. Like
Yeah,
that's
he looks
Bowser
very
Jr. That's
because Bowser Jr. was like the
the wears
villain.
the mask and
He was the major villain in one of those
yeah.
modern Super Mario game. I played Galaxy. Yeah, man. Like you said, if I didn't watch this first movie, I would be like, you know what I mean? Kind of how I feel about another topic we're going to talk about later in this episode. But
Ooh.
because the first movie is a 10 out of 10, godlike, I kind of cried like this is epic. They could have just put a wet turd up there and said Mario Galaxy. You know, I'd have been like, sweet. day one, day one.
And what's really ironic for me is that when I think back, like when I think about cool things I've seen, Mario doesn't necessarily jump to mind, but when I think about the movie, I always feel good and a smile always comes to my face because that movie hit so many freaking member berries, as you like to call them, that it was like, I mean, they overflowed you with them. And this trailer, I remember during our review, I was talking about how we didn't quite get enough of the water scene. And they hit it here as they dive into the water. You get the quick glimpse of the freaking whatever it's called.
Little
And
floaties,
it's like,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
the little floaty. And I was like, yeah, there it is. I'm like, that's going to be awesome too. So, whenever it comes out, I hope it comes out soon. I want
My
to see it.
question is, where is Yoshi? Where's my man Yoshi, dog? I need Yoshi, bro. He's
On
gonna
an
be a
island,
pop. He's chilling. He's on Yoshi's Island. Yeah, he's chilling on
billion
Yoshi's Island.
dollars.
$1 billion. That's remember we just kept saying that during the review. $1 billion, man. What do you want me to tell you?
This trailer came on. I'm like, $1 billion.
Billion
Like, what are you gonna
dollars.
do? Probably 2 billion, man. Like, look, I'm gonna go see this one. I didn't go see the first one, and it made 1 billion. So it's like, yeah, this might do too.
Man, Bradley said, after after all the good things people said, I'm just not compelled to watch it, man. Well, Bradley, I felt the same way until we were podcast obligated to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just seeking this movie out. It came on Netflix years ago, and I just like, oh, that's cute. All right, I'm gonna finish watching Burn Notice because that's what I like and that's my comfort food. Oh, this seems cute. Oh, I'm gonna watch Rawhead Rex because no, I had to be like, all right, we're watching this, and we're just gonna give our thoughts. And I was not compelled to watch the first one at all, and I'm left the theater grinning. And like Wash said, every time I think about the music, I think about the movie. I'm just kind of that was nice. You don't get that often anymore. We've just kind of been gone through like the trauma ringer
The
these last four.
lighthouse. Do you
Babadook,
get? Yeah.
Babadook.
Do you get warm fuzzies? You're like, no, man. What
No,
the? No,
no, it's not.
no.
It's not built for that, dog.
Bradley, I
Uh,
would tell you to watch if you are a Mario fan, which I'm sure you are, as you are of that era. Like you're gonna love it. You're gonna get done, and you're gonna be like, I didn't see
okay,
that coming.
yeah,
Yeah,
it punches you in the gut. It
yeah.
really does. So, Brie Larson's going to be voicing Rosalina. Doot, 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 doot. So we'll see how that goes. Not my favorite princess. I'm more of a Daisy kind of guy. You know what I mean? Daisy is my favorite princess for no other reason than I think Mario 3. She's the princess of Mario 3, if I remember correctly.
I'm not gonna be able to pull that.
Yeah, but best Mario game of all time outside of Super Mario World. But yeah, very hype. Where's my big question is where is Yoshi? And
Good question. Valid
we'll leave it
question.
there. Valve announces the next Steam machine said to be 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. Wash, is this the beginning of the end of the console wars?
I don't know what the price tag is that they're gonna put on this thing, but if Valve, being Valve, comes out and they go, here's what we're gonna do, guys. It's $600. It will crush. It will
Everything,
crush Sony and
everything.
Xbox. Xbox, like, yeah, we're no longer part of the console wars, man. We're doing our own thing. Everything's an Xbox. Like a freaking Godzilla, just like, bye. Don't even need you anymore, man. As this was announced, I got to thinking about something. You want to know what doesn't crash?
Hmm.
Steam.
Nope, not even
Steam doesn't
once.
crash.
Not
I've
even
never had
once.
never had any problems with Steam. I can always log into Steam. You know what has every new game?
Steam.
Steam.
You know what's cheaper than you know what games are cheaper anywhere else than anywhere else in the world? Steam.
You know who makes it easy to buy? Steam.
You,
Like
you know how every person on earth has a Steam account with hundreds of games on them that's sitting there? Everyone.
that don't want to play them on their PC. I don't want to play Dear Esther on
I don't
my
want to play
PC
I don't
again,
want to play it
bro.
on my desk at my desk with you know what I'm saying with this primitive mouse and keyboard. Dog.
Valve announces next gen Steam machine with Left 4 Dead 3 bundle 8.99.
No,
Tell me, tell me.
bro, bro. Valve announces next gen Steam machine with Half Life 3 exclusive.
The only thing that's going to make
Exclusive.
money is Grand Theft Auto. That is the
You
only
want you
thing
want to
outside of
ask
that.
you want to ask me who has the balls to stand up to Grand Theft Auto 6 and be like, "Hey, I don't care when you coming out, we coming out too. You launch the Steam machine with Half-Life 3.
Yeah,
The fight is on. King Kong versus Godzilla.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
GTA is still gonna win, but it's gonna be a battle.
Okay.
It- yeah,
Bradley says, "Come on now, Mike. You know you can hook up a controller up to your PC. Stop it." Here's the thing, Bradley. PC has always been the third option because people don't feel like dealing with PCs. People don't want to have to run it in wireless windows and have to jerry rig their system every single time they play a game. We just talked about this last week. This solves the problem. If this is a true plug and play solution for Steam games, and you can plug in your controller and play it on your big screen, you can plug in your mouse and keyboard if you choose and play it that way on your big screen, and you can mod games that PlayStation can't do. You can mod games that Xbox that can't do. And we all seen how the Bethesda store is ruining modded games with, let's say, the Fallout series and the weird Skyrim mods that aren't quite there. Um, this could be epic. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how many
who's King
free
Kong and
games
who's
are on
Godzilla?
Steam?
How many free Steam sales? You know, they do their Steam sales, and it's like 15-cent games. You could just play.
There's so many.
So
They
many.
like and when they announced it, we also discussed recently about streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I- Streaming needs a valve. Streaming
Mhm.
does not have a valve. They Apple TV, Netflix thinks they're valve, Disney, Hulu, and Xbox or HBO, they have no idea what they're doing. They're just like, we have properties, please pay us money, right? Um, if someone in the streaming world could go, yeah, I'm just going to corner the market on streaming and you can just do everything here. I don't care about third party this, exclusive I don't care about any of
Mhm.
that. I'm just going to, yep,
Every
you can play it.
single company that's not Microsoft, that's not Sony, and that's not Nintendo wants to be on this platform. They want to be on this platform because you're going to be able to market your game, and it's going to be plug and play for the first time ever. Moving forward, hey, indie developer who made Bro Tato Chip or whatever, 7, just make it to the, you know, Steam machine specs. And people just plug and play and run it. You want to add mods? The thing's pretty much just going to be a CPU. So you're going to be able
Yes.
to run Windows off this thing. You're going to be able to do all types of crazy thing. Once people get under the hood of this thing, it's going to be insane, bro. It's going to be having a PC without any of the headache.
That's a gaming PC, unlike Xbox, where everything is an Xbox. Guess what,
Yeah,
Xbox? My stereo is not an Xbox, but this Valve machine is a
is.
gaming machine.
And you want to know
Period.
secret? The Steam machine is an Xbox.
Steam Machine is an Xbox. Yeah,
You
our boy
know,
Phil Spector. Oh well, I welcome the new Valve Steam Machine. The hell you
you
do, bro?
don't.
You
You just said
don't.
you just said you wanted to make the Rolls Royce of consoles last week. What do you think this is? The direct. It's like it's almost like Valve decided to strike when the animal was wounded.
Yeah.
You know, they were just waiting for this moment because Xbox was going to put their foot in their mouths, and they've been doing it steadily for the last 6 months. Now it's the time to strike.
Every
It's no
week.
Now it's the time to strike. We're going to come up with our own console. It's going to be us and PlayStation, right? And Xbox can do whatever the hell they want to do, disappear into obscurity for all we care. It's going to be Valve and it's going to be Sony because at the end of the day, people want their God of Wars. You know,
And, Sony is Sony. Sony is a mainstay. Sony's not Xbox. Xbox Microsoft, these are different brands. Like, don't get me wrong, Microsoft, $1 trillion. Xbox, no, $1 billion, pardon me. $1 billion. Xbox, $1 billion. Sony is a legacy brand that has been making movies since the freaking 20s. These are 100-year-old brands.
yeah,
Microsoft, oh, we're going to play. To be honest, if Sony wasn't such a dumpster fire, PlayStation 2, come on. PlayStation 2, some of the best games ever made.
yeah. I
PlayStation
mean,
2. Like,
we're
this
not
isn't.
denying the goatedness of Sony. You know what I'm saying? But these guys are putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
And Bradley said, if Steam and GTA are Godzilla and King Kong, what's Nintendo? You know what Nintendo is? Nintendo's like Deadpool in that
Yeah.
situation. He's off doing his own thing
Yeah.
and making all the money. You know what I'm
It
saying?
just does not care.
It does not entertain these fuckers, you know? Like he doesn't you know what I'm saying? Nintendo is like while Goku and Vegeta are fighting for the fate of planet Earth, you know what I'm saying? There's a dog out there that's just has all the attention and it's just getting pets. And he's so happy getting its pets, you know, and that's all he wants. Nintendo has never been a part of the console wars, bro. They're above it. They're beyond it.
They've always acted like they were the better person of the
It's not
dads. You know
even
what I mean? They're like, I
yeah.
don't need to associate with any of these folks.
You guys you guys fight on Earth while we're in the galaxy. We're in the Super Mario galaxy. We're
what
off
was the
into the cosmos, you know?
what was the previous story? $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Movie. It's a movie.
They not like us, dog.
No,
Nintendo is legit. They not like
no,
us, dog. We're
no.
on some whole other atmosphere of thought while you guys bicker over graphics and
I
free to play and free to play games. We don't care about none of that, man.
I have to say I am now, because it always takes a little something to get excited for the beginning of the year. And actually, one of our topics, it did get me excited for the beginning of the year, February, in fact. But
Mhm.
this announcement has me a tad bit more excited for CES, which typically takes place in January, give or take.
Yeah. Mhm.
February, simply because Xbox and PlayStation have been talking all this trash for months. Oh, we're going to be doing a new count. Are
You
you
know what?
really?
Are you
Are
really?
you still doing that, Sony? Are you still planning on putting out a subpar PlayStation 5.1?
This is the iron that sharpens the iron, Doug.
Yeah,
Because I have
yeah.
a feeling this thing's gonna come out crazy, Doug.
And
I'm
this
just
next
telling you,
year.
next year, all you have to say is Portal 3 exclusive, Half-Life 3 exclusive. What did you say the other one was? Uh
Oh,
uh 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 the other game that just Left 4 Dead 3
Left 4 Dead 3.
exclusive.
Yeah,
They've been
exclusive. Done.
holding these games have been made for decades, bro. The ideas are just done. But Steam has made so much money, they just don't need to make games anymore, right? Now they have a
No.
reason to make
Yeah.
exclusive games on their exclusive console. And what's crazy is that this isn't the first time they've tried to make a Steam machine.
Mm-mm.
The first one tried and failed because they weren't ready. You know what I'm saying? But that was before the explosion of Steam and what it is today. Now they have infinite resources, infinite money, to make literally something that, but the problem is the cost. The problem is, what is this damn thing? Is it
But
going to run
that's
us
the
a
thing. They don't necessarily need to do it because they're Steam. They make a lot of money already. They already do. And this is why I think it's going to be interesting for the console wars because if it, Valve the Valve
what
does not mess around and I can see them just being like, yeah, we don't care. It's freaking
what
600 bucks. I don't care.
is the average cost of a 4090 powered gaming rig? Like five
Average
Gs,
cost,
five 4Gs. If you want something that's going to run anything,
I don't know if it's going to be that high. I'd
I'm,
say
I'm no.
30
But here's my
at,
point: 5 4Gs for a, let's say, top of the model rig that can run anything, right?
yeah.
$500 for a PS Pro, $600. Let's say, just round up. This has to be somewhere in the middle, right? Has to be somewhere in the middle of, let's say, 25 to 3,000 and 500, because we all know the pluses of a PC gaming rig. You know what I mean? But we also know the advantages of having a console. I don't think it's possible to marry those two, but I guess they're trying to figure that out
I don't think Valve makes this announcement
if they're not prepared.
if they are going to put a ridiculous number on this that makes it hard to get.
It's
They
got to
made
have a
this
barrier of
announcement.
entry,
The,
right?
the, the barrier of entry, we talk about it all the
All the
time. And
time.
Valve, know they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And
I'm very
thus,
excited about this thing
I'm super stoked. I want
because
one.
I've
As
been
soon as I
looking
heard
for a
it, I was
reason.
like, I want it. I didn't say that to a PS5. I didn't say that to an Xbox One, an Xbox One X, an Xbox whatever the hell they're on now. As soon as I saw, oh, Valve announces next gen. Oh, yeah, I want that.
I've been looking for a reason to get into PC gaming for decades. I was intimidated by the price. I was intimidated by the setup. I didn't want to have to become a damn golden eye to run my game or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you tell me that you remove the barrier of entry, you remove the barrier of difficulty, and you give me options of modding, and you give me options of Steam gaming, and let me finally use my Steam account that has been dormant for decades. I have 3 games on there. Like, sign me up. I'm good,
Yeah,
man. Two shot review says not me. I get it, bro. I get it. 2 shot. I totally get it. I'm a console warrior, dog. But this is interesting. It's just like, I'm all about iron sharpening iron and competition in the industry. And I was kind of sad that Xbox is kind of taking a swan dive, because it's like, oh man, that means Sony's going to be able to show their ass and sell us $8,000 PS5s with no graphics. Um,
and no
but
games.
no, this is the new sheriff in town. They're gonna balance. This is the Thanos of gaming consoles.
Because
This is
let's
gonna
face it,
balance the universe.
the Switch 2 isn't for everybody.
It's not.
It's
It's
not for
not people
everybody,
to.
man.
It's some. A lot of gamers don't want the cutesy. They don't want the Nintendo experience. They want Call of Duty. They want their damn Maddens. I want that to run the best way humanly possible. It's gonna run like it's gonna run. What is this thing? Has a 16 gig DDR5, 8 gig VRAM. This thing's gonna run like a damn workhorse, bro.
Yeah.
The Steam machine is the console now. Mike, face it. I'm for one not welcoming our AI/Steam machine overlords just yet. Let me see it in action. Let me see it in
Yeah.
action, and I'll call it there. Let me see it in action, man. But this thing sure did hit the ground running.
I am
I'm in.
stoked for the counterpunch from the consoles. I'm stoked to hear what Xbox and
Ooh,
PlayStation are going to be saying in the upcoming weeks because it's like you got to respond.
you
You
gotta
got to
respond.
respond.
I mean, at least Sony does. You gotta say
They
something.
started it. They
They started
started
it.
it, man. They started it.
Hey. What did Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And this is a punch right to
Punch.
the freaking dome piece. Speaking of punches to the gut, I watched this trailer randomly
Yeah.
and was extremely interested in it. It's called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It's directed by Gore Verbinski, who brought us Pirates of the Caribbean. You know what I mean? And it stars Sam Rockwell, who was one of my favorite kind of character actors, who doesn't get he comes out every once in a while. He was in if you don't know who Sam Rockwell is, he was in Um, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He was in that sci-fi movie Moon. He played Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. Just great actor. And it's about a rogue artificial intelligence that wipes out humanity in the future. And he 12 monkeys his way back in time to try to stop the AI from taking us over. Wash, how do you feel about the constant flow of negative AI content that is almost like forcing people not to embrace this new normal?
Oh, I think it's hilarious because it's much like the Star Wars content, man. In 5 years, everybody's gonna come around and everybody's all, "Ah, yeah, I knew it." Then you it's like, okay, whatever, that's fine, feel good. As far as this film goes, I had heard about this through one of my AI um, threads, tweets, X, and they were talking about, yeah, this movie about Chat GPT killing the world, and I was like, what is this? So when I saw the trailer, dude, the great trailer, and
Yeah,
the idea, I thought it's relevant, which is going to make the movie fun. It looks kind of like we're all kind of hooked up to the machine, and probably someone gets a hold of some code and takes over the machine. Kind of zombie-ish type of deal to it.
hmm,
But I thought that the entire trailer was fun. And it also had me going, this is a unique idea. And I'm kind of wondering, are we going to be getting more unique ideas? Because this is not something that you see every day. And it's coming in February, which, if it had that January marker on it, I'd be
I'd be
like,
worried.
question. But coming in February means that they have some faith in this.
Gives me very everything, everywhere, everything all at once kind of vibes where
Still
the
haven't seen
spot
it.
that's an excellent movie. The spontaneity of in the energy of this trailer is kind of what sold me. It's very just kind of good feeling and just almost like you're playing a video game. It has very video game vibes to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And and it's just an overload. It's almost like a visual overstimulation where I don't know what's going on, but I know we're gonna have a good time watching this. You know what I mean? It's one of those where it's like I have no idea what's happening, but it looks like it's gonna be fun, and I may just go into the theaters and check it out.
And who's the dude right there? That dude,
That
also supporting actor
yes,
in yeah, also great actor, great
great
actor.
actor.
So they have a bunch of good actors in here. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a fun film. It looks like to be a fun film.
He was in that movie Devil. Did you ever see that movie Devil by M Night Shyamalan? Where they're stuck in the elevator, and one person in the elevator is Satan, and they have to figure out which person is Satan. It's a
No,
super good movie. It's called Devil by
that
M Night
sounds
Shyamalan.
great.
Yeah, these it's about four, five, like five people stuck in an elevator, and one of them Satan himself, and the entire and one of these people is the devil, and they have to
Yeah,
figure.
don't spoil this for me. I'm
No,
gonna
no, no, no,
watch
no, no, no,
this.
no.
Yeah.
It's super good. He's in it. He's in that movie. But I'm really liking this trailer. I like the lo-fi of it. I like that it's almost kind of like Attack the Block kind of fun to it. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite movies with John Boyega. Um, and it
Mhm.
just was different. Like you said, I'm all about freshness nowadays. I don't want to see the same old stuff. You know what I mean? Like thrill me. You know, to quote Night of the Creeps. So when I saw this, like, oh, this is what he's been up to. Gore Verbinski. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't really make bad movies. So I'm like, let's
I
do it.
mean, when you look at what he's wearing and then Pirates of the Caribbean, it's like, oh, I
Not
see
too
it.
far away. Not too far away. Very.
I see
It's
it.
like a techno Jack Sparrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all he needs is like, you know what I'm saying? All he needs is the black pearl. It'll be fine. You know, it'll be super good. So I'm really excited about this one. I wanted to bring it to you guys' attention because it's just not getting not a buzz, you know what I'm saying? But here in the Nerdiverse, we like weirdness, and I like 12 Monkeys, so it gives me very big 12 Monkeys
Hell
vibe.
yeah. Ooh, we should do a 12 Monkey Street. Yeah, I'm down.
Ooh.
But it's the freaking love freaking 12 Monkeys,
12
man.
Monkeys is so smart and so good.
In,
Okay.
in,
Maybe a future MOTN reviews. We can talk about some
in.
12 Monkeys. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Speaking of things that should be up for MOTM review, V for Vendetta is reportedly getting an HBO TV series. We were just talking about this movie the other day. I think we were about V. A guy named Pete Jackson not Peter Jackson, is going to be doing an adaptation of the comic book series, not the movie, but the comic book series, with James Gunn and Peter Safran kind of backing it. And there's really no other details other than it's going to cover the comic book series and not the films. Wash, A, do you have any association with V for Vendetta? And B, is this something you think you would like to watch? Given that you're currently reading Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, V for Vendetta was also written by Alan Moore. So
Hmm.
this is something that you may be into. If you like the style of Alan Moore,
November, the 5th of November.
the gunpowder treason
Um,
and plot.
yes.
Hmm.
Good movie. Not anything. It's not in my top 10. I know a lot of people love this freaking movie. It's a good movie. Like I got nothing bad to say about it. It is due for a rewatch. As far as this TV series goes, I was a tad bit just concerned with the tone. If they're
Hmm.
making a V for Vendetta HBO TV series, fine. I will watch it. But if they're doing what you hate, Mike, which is making a movie to say something about that something that has nothing to do with said movie, then I'm not as much into it. And I kind of just feel, even though James Gunn's name is behind it, you're telling me Swamp Thing, you're telling me this, like it does make it feel a little bit better than the initial reaction that I had to it. But yeah, um, I'm gonna wait and see for a tone and a
you just
tenor.
you just made me mad because I just thought about Devil May Cry again. It's like so, it pisses me off so much that I love Devil May Cry so much, and that effing show is just not Devil May Cry. It never wanted to be Devil May Cry. You know what I'm saying? And it's a thin line between beat for beat telling the story and giving us something fresh that we're not going to expect. It's so hard to marry those two things. And I was thinking about the Watchmen show on HBO, another TV series that was another Alan Moore. And I loved that series for what it was. It was kind of like a continuation of the Watchmen story. So it was in the Watchmen world, but it was his own separate thing. V for Vendetta is very politically charged, right? And my scary thought is that it's going to be a kind of a target for people who like to call everything, and I hate this term because it means nothing, but
Oh
people love
God, don't
using it,
do it.
the W word. And I'm just looking forward to the sea of crap from these people who are going to call it that without really understanding the subtext of V for Vendetta. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like it's almost setting itself up for that kind of failure, but also can tell a poignant, beautiful story if they marry the idea of authenticity and freshness.
If you told me James Gunn was directing and writing it, I'd understand more what we're in for. We
Mm.
know HBO produces a good product.
Hmm.
There's no doubt about that. HBO does not very often produce a controversial product. They have by accident a couple of
Yeah,
times, but
Last of Us.
uh, right, you know what I mean. But it's not something that's really their mo. So I would expect for this to be another entertaining series, but it could lean in the words of like, for the love of God, why? I mean,
Why? Hmm.
why? Why? So that's where I stand on it.
It's yeah, it's just annoying that we have to live in that kind of world. But people who would have watched V for Vendetta the first time would have thought the same way. So you can't, you know what I'm saying?
This is a comic too, right?
Graphic novel, very
Graphic novel,
beautiful,
right? Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Please read it. It's one of those. It's like Watchmen. Just read it. It's like Mouse. You know what I'm saying?
Mouse. Just
You
read
gotta
it.
at least once. You gotta get through it at least once. Speaking of things that you have to get through at least once or twice or three times is Fallout Season 2 trailer. I wasn't gonna put it on the docket because I don't want to just talk about the same things over and over, but it showed a death claw, man. It showed us you heard the voice of a super mutant. My question to you, Wash, is that I'm getting a lot of word from people who haven't played the games but love the series. Do you think that shows like this that are so deeply seated in the lore of these worlds do a disservice to those who haven't played the games, or do you think that the storytelling is good enough to where you don't need to play the games to enjoy these types of projects?
I mean, I'd hope that people get the same thing that I've gotten out of like Star Wars, and they go check out other media of this. It's like if you like Fallout Season 1 and you've never played a Fallout game, fix that. You may find something that you really like. And that's coming, that's gamers young and old. You can go to Twitch and see 80-year-olds gaming some Fallout. So it's not unheard of. As far as this trailer goes, um, here's what I'm gonna say about the trailer. I liked it better than the first teaser.
Hmm.
Someone took my notes and they're like, "Oh, no one wants to be bummed out, bro."
Hmm.
They're like, "Oh, okay." And so we got a tad bit more of a beat. You know what I mean? They kept the trailer moving, and they were little one-liners, and thus it hit. I don't even remember seeing the death claw. I'm trying to
Split
remember that
second
was. I
for a
must I
split
must have
second.
blinked.
Yeah.
But overall, it looks pretty good, man. And you know, that's one of the reasons I like doing this show. As I've always said, Mike, like doing this show gives me the ability as a grown ass adult male to be like, hey, look, I'm gonna watch Super Mario Brothers. Don't you got bills? Yeah, but I got a podcast. Right? So like then I don't feel guilty when, it's like, I should be working. But if you like something, like explore other avenues of it. Because what you're looking at probably isn't necessarily the whole story. And something for me, the closest thing I think about is Dune for me. Like I'm
Hmm.
not a Dune fan, but I read the first Dune book, got halfway through it, not it's a boring ass read, but the world is huge. There's games, there's board games, there's movies,
Movies.
television shows, PBS shows. It's in a massive world. So if you like Fallout and go get yourself some Fallout, man. There's a bunch of books too. Is there a book? No, there's no book. Damn it. I want there to be.
I think there's books. There's got to be some
No,
Fallout books floating around.
there's a
No,
lot of lore. There's like 8-hour lore, like quiet. Like a lot of folks have made books out of the content and put audiobooks on YouTube, which I've listened to, but there's no official Fallout story
got
in
it.
that world
Not
novel
yet. Not yet.
yet.
One thing before I jump into anything, thank you for just going over the mission statement of Masters of the Nerdiverse. It's one day I was driving home from a particularly long day at work as an old man, an adult, and I was like, I want to talk to somebody about the Maximum Carnage storyline. There's no one to talk to. I'm going to create a podcast where I can just talk to fellow odes like me who happen to still love this stuff. And I'm so jealous of people who've never played the games, who like the series and said, you know what? I have a computer. I'm gonna get Steam and I'm gonna get Fallout 3 and I'm just gonna play it. It's like $10. It's like $5. And that lore just opens up your brain. You know what I mean? It opens you to a whole new world, far deeper. You gain a deeper understanding and appreciation for series like this, for Lord of the Rings, like you mentioned, Dune.
Yeah.
There is a universe of Dune out there for you if you just saw the movies and say, "Oh, I would like to know more." And that's what the Nerdiverse is. It's you picking the the thin string of interest and unweaving the tapestry of that thing. You know what I mean? It's falling down the rabbit hole. I envy people who haven't seen Psycho, who have never seen Psycho for the first time. You get to watch Psycho and be shocked at what
Yeah.
happens. You know what I mean? It's a revelation. So when I watch it, but going into this trailer, um, it's Fallout New Vegas. It's my favorite Fallout game. New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game. It's just I've had the most experience with it. I played that game maybe 70 times, beat it about 70 times. and that's undercutting myself. Um, Wild Wasteland, Epic Death Claws, Rad Scorpions. She had a Power Fister, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go. All we need is a shish kebab, and we're good to go, dog. I'm just hyped. I want to see so many little Fallout avoidables that I can just gush about because I've dedicated hundreds of hours into this lore, into this franchise. Just give me a mysterious stranger, just one. I'll be
Do
fine.
we have a date on this? When is this dropping?
I didn't pay
I mean, it's
attention.
been a while, hasn't it?
It took a while for them to make this new season. They got the money. The first season was so successful that they got the check, and you could see it in this trailer. Man, this trailer has some
Yeah, this
production to it.
it does look a lot better. You know what? December 17th, 2025. I did not know that was
Merry
this year.
Merry
Holy crap.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Holy
Merry
crap.
Christmas to me. I'll take it. Oh, I want to gush about this more, but we got things to talk about there. Just looking at this picture makes me so happy. It's a
I
live
was
action
wondering,
vault hunter with a combat shotgun, probably the violent context, outside of the New Vegas side. It's just goaded, man. It's just
I
beautiful.
was wondering what you thought about it because I know you are a new Vegas junkie, and
So
as
much
I watched the
lore.
trailer, I recognized all the factions and the things that were going on. I didn't quite get the new Vegas feel, but I'm sure they'll get there.
Man, they had the Caesars on there. You got to see the Caesar faction on there. I thought I saw an NPR Ranger, if I'm not tripping. You got to see the gang of Elvises where they
The
are
Gang of
now.
Health. Yeah.
They're all zombies now because they died in New Vegas. This takes place after the events of New Vegas, where the canon.
Ah, there you go.
This takes place after the events of New Vegas,
There you
with the
go.
canon ending that you chose Mr. House. You chose Mr. House to win the whole thing because you get to choose NPR, you get to choose the Caesars, or you get to choose Mr. House. Those are like the three main end of story options. Apparently, the canon is that Mr. House won. The house always wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me shut up. Let me shut up because we could talk about
December
this for the.
17th.
Speaking of things I have zero hype for, the Toy Story 5 trailer just dropped. I hate to bury the needle here. It's more of like a teaser trailer. Um, and it kind of shows the new existential horror uh, of what happens to toys when the tablet is involved. When what happens to physical toys when the tablet is intervened? And I have to ask you, Wash, as someone who wills and deals in the world of eBay, selling these tangible physical entertainment pieces, do you think there's a true horror to the loss of toys? Do you feel like children, is there something sad about that children just don't care about this stuff? You know
I
what I
know
mean?
that I have a Walmart and I go to the Walmart and the toy section is empty. There's never any kids like running around, like grabbing everything. Like it's a very different toy world than when I was growing up. So I don't necessarily know. I know I have goddaughters that are in the like K-pop demon and the boo boos, but are they into Barbie and like Barbie sets? I don't I don't think that they get down like that like back in the day. So as an eBay seller, you if you're buying something like that, you're really buying it for the nostalgia factor because well, present company included, because Mike's got you look up there, that dude could do a Royal Rumble and set it up, be a good time. Off the top rope,
Yeah,
Obi
man.
Kenobi. So it's like, yeah, I guess I don't really know. I don't have kids. I can't answer that question, but I do know that I don't see a lot of action figures in kids' hands anymore when I'm walking out and about. I don't see kids holding, playing with guns and whatnot in the store. Like it's kind of weird, kind of sad. But get me a Nerf gun, I'll shoot that thing. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's weird because I don't have children, so I don't know what the kids are into. I don't have to go to a school to see what kids are doing. You know what I mean? So, but I know everybody has a tablet and everybody's on their phones. You know, that's just the gaming's having the same problem. Is that Toy Story is not for these children, it's for us. You know, we're the guys combing through Target looking for DC multiverse figures in, you know what I'm saying? And Labubu is a fad, but it is just that, a fad for adults. And kids like what their parents like. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So if you're into Labubus, your kid's gonna be naturally into it for the most part, at least the little ones. You know what I
I
mean?
I mean, I did send you that photo of that gnarly Super Mario Kart race kart track thing, man. If I had kids, I'd buy that thing in a heartbeat and set that thing up. We'd be race kart.
It's
But
funny because it's like I remember when because I have a little nephew and he used to be really into Spider-Man. And I was like, okay, that's how I can connect with my nephew. We both geek out about Spider-Man, right? So last Christmas I was asking my cousin's wife, I was just like, is he still into Spider-Man? Because I had this figure in mind. No, he doesn't like Spider-Man anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, what is he into now? And he said something like Travis Kelsey. And I'm like, oh crap. He's evolved past Spider-Man into another fictional character to sports. And I'm just like, I felt kind of like, oh, you know, mind you, the kid's like 8 or something like that. So he's already kind of mentally checked out. And it's like, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of sad to kind of see that shift in attention because it's like parents buy their kids the stuff they've always wanted, right? So
yeah,
my kid would be loaded with this kind of stuff, of course, at a kid level, but he may not want that. It's like buying the cat house for the cat, and the cat just wants to be in the box.
got one
You know,
over here, man.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's that kind of man. You just bought your kid, you know, this crazy, you know, like you said, the Hot Wheels triathlon turbo set, but the kid just wants to be on your phone. So what do you do? You know, and
What's that
I think
website? What's the games that the kids go to? Robobox,
Roblox. Yeah,
Roblox.
the kid just wants to jump on Roblox, man. He doesn't care about a PS5. He doesn't care about the Steam machine, bro. He just wants to be on. Can I play Roblox on it? Hey, another thought. You can play Roblox on the Steam machine. That may
Uh,
just be the Roblox machine. You know what I'm saying? For countless youth. So I could see why. And Toy Story movies have always been about existential crises. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So this new existential crisis is like toys are dead, physical media is dead. Kids just want their tablets and get, you know, destroy their brains. You know what I'm saying? Destroy their imaginations.
And I certainly don't want us to, spend all this time talking about Toy Story, but do do they look worse than they did
Yeah.
like in
Oh yeah.
one,
Oh
two?
yeah.
Like
But
this doesn't look
watch,
quality.
watch. It's because we're remembering it with rose tinted glasses, though.
Okay, all right,
That's what the
valid,
youth would tell us.
valid.
Like my brain, when I saw Toy Story for the first time in theaters as a child, it blew my mind, right? But if you look at it now, it looks like hot ass. You know what I mean? Because
Uh,
it's because of the Pixar graphics of the time. But in your brain, it's infallible, right?
yeah.
So I don't want to be that guy where it's like back in my day, the graphics were better. No, these just you didn't know what the hell you were looking at. Your young little lizard brain just absorbed it real quick. Whereas no, this has to be leaps and bounds better. But you just it's like Jurassic Park. In my brain, Jurassic Park 1 looks way better than Jurassic Park I watched the other week. In my brain, that T-Rex just looks better
You
than
just
the T-Rex.
we just rewatched Jurassic Park though recently. I want to
Yeah.
say, didn't
I
we?
just watched Jurassic Park
So
Rebirth like last
yeah,
week.
but I'm talking one. I thought we rewatched. I want to say this year, or at least last year, we
Yeah.
rewatched it. Doesn't that look as good as that? Probably
To me,
looks
it looks
better than.
better.
Yeah.
But that's my stupid nostalgia brain telling me that no, this is better because this is what your childhood remembers. But I don't know. It's being old, man. It's hard to separate that line from old man brain and like accepting reality. You know, I don't know.
Again. I play BioShock 2007 game, so you're
Yeah.
talking 15-year-old game at this stage. That game looks great, a remastered. Like it
Oh yeah.
looks great. Look, it stands up to anything I've seen, and my eyes are just like, oh, this is fan freaking
This is fan
tastic,
freaking
man.
tastic.
So, no, I don't know.
I feel you. And with that, we have reached the end of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, episode 143. There's a new sheriff in town. Now, I have to ask you, Wash, at the end of all things, out of these four topics, which one did you enjoy talking about the most?
Valve Steam Machine, because before we had the conversation, I wasn't even stoked for the conferences. Now I'm literally looking at the news like next week. In fact, I was going to text you and be like, I think next year we need to have like a council news section every week, man, because it's going to be a shit show when this thing
It's going
comes
to
out.
be
It's going to be a shit show.
it's going to be so good. Blood is going to be on the dance floor, dog.
Yeah,
People are
things are
not
going
going
to
to make
just
it out.
die.
Consoles are not going to make it out, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Game's gonna come out, Xbox it goes to Yoshima 2, and it's gonna just well, that didn't sell.
God
Why?
of War 17, dog. You know what it reminds me of? It's like when there was the Dreamcast, it was the Dreamcast, the PlayStation, and the GameCube, and like the Saturn were all fighting at the same time,
Yeah.
and there were deaths, dog. They were like the Dreamcast didn't make it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make it out of the console war. And
Now
the
Saturn put up
strongest
a fight,
survived. Hell
but
yeah.
no,
Xbox is not going to make it out. I
no.
don't know. They may turn it
I what?
around. They're making the Rolls Royce of consoles, dog. We don't know. You don't know what that shit's going to look like. It's going to massage your balls while you
Sports,
play the game, dog.
sports. Xbox
Sports
turns it around. Xbox turning it around will be the story of
of the
whatever
decade.
year if it
Of the
happens. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine all
the
of a sudden waking up in a world and everybody's like, I have the new Xbox
the
Gen 3.
Rolls
Like,
Royce of consoles, dog. Can't be touched. It does everything.
anyway,
It makes your
sorry,
nachos.
Xbox.
Oh man, great episode. Want to shout out Bradley for coming through and keeping the podcast warm. Shout out to Two Shot Reviews for coming through, keeping the podcast toasty. Wash, any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
No, man. Enjoy your weekend. Everybody, get out there, do some nerd things, some gaming things. Check out Fallout if you've never played it. Bradley, watch Super Mario. You may like it, and yeah, man. Just have a good one.
Have a good, safe weekend out there for all of y'all Californians. Stay dry. We're supposed to get like 1,000 years of rain in one day or something stupid. It's fine, but whatever. Be safe out there. As always, remember to like our content wherever you may find it. Help us grow the channel. Subscribe to the channel so that you're made aware when new content goes up. And leave a comment that helps the algorithm. And just don't leave like emojis. Say something. That was a great episode, guys. You guys are dumb. Leave anything you want to say. Just leave a full
I love
thought.
Xbox.
I love Xbox. I
I
love
love
Trav.
Xbox.
I love Travis Kelsey. How dare you besmirch his name, Doug? No, let us have it, man. We need to hear it. With that being said, I'm Mike G. He is Wash, and we are the masters of the Nerdiverse. MOTN out. Take care, everybody.